Hello traders, welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy Janoy and I'm back with one more video. Guys, and in this video we're going to break down 5 tips that you can apply to your trading to actually increase your profitability consistency, as you trade. Guys, if you get these 5 items correct or you apply them to your current trading plan, I guarantee you that your trading will never be the same. All right, so let's jump into it and talk about my 5 tips. All right, number 1, the first thing you have to learn in order to find trades that are profitable over and over and over is you have to learn how to read the charts. All right, now when it comes to reading the charts, guys, there's several different things about reading charts that you can learn to be specific, to look at and trade specifically. All right, the first one is you need to learn trends. All right, you need to understand the different trends that stock chart moves into and how you can take advantage of those. All right, there are also flags. You got to learn how to read flags, know when to trade a flag, and how you can actually take a trade knowing what's the probable outcome is going to be for that trade, taking a flag. All right, the next thing, learn how to read triangular patterns. Then you need to learn how to read trend reversal. There's also wedge patterns. You have to learn how to read these, guys. And after you've done your work at learning how to read charts, now you have to become specific. All right, you have to choose the chart pattern that best fits your personality, the pattern that you are good at recognizing whenever it shows itself. All right, so that is going to be the number 1 thing in building your trading system to help increase your profitability, because when you know the pattern that you're trading, all you have to do is go out and search for that 1, 2, or 3 pattern that you are focusing on trading. All right, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, guys, know where to buy and where to sell. If you don't know how to read the charts, number 1, number 2, you're not going to be able to know where to buy and where to sell. All right, so doing number 1 is going to help you when it comes to tip number 2, because after learning how to read the charts, after knowing what's the projection in a specific pattern, where is the price action looking to go next, because you've studied the price action, at this point you will know where to buy and where to sell. 2 fundamental places that you will buy and sell is, number 1, you will buy only at support. All right, so if you're in a horizontal channel, guys, you only buy the support, and when price gets to resistance, you are going to be selling at resistance. All right, so resistance, that's going to be the area that all traders, experienced traders, are going to be looking to sell and take their profit. When price gets to support, they know that this is the low risk level, and this is where they're coming in, taking a position, making the projection that price can get from support to resistance. And if price doesn't get to resistance and price breaks support, goes lower, then the risk is actually low and they've just had a small loss, but they took a highly probable trade by taking at support. So learn how to read the charts, 1. Number 2, buy at support, sell at resistance based on the specific pattern that you are trading. All right, so that's tip number 3. Let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 3, never follow the hype. What does this mean? Guys, you do not want to be out here buying pump and dump stocks. What are pump and dump stocks? These are stocks that are never ever going to go anywhere, and typically they come in the news or they'll come somewhere in the thread telling you, oh, this thing is going to the moon. And believe it or not, when you hear about this pump and dump stock is right around the time that is going to get ready to dump. All right, so you do not want to buy pump and dump stocks. That's a part of tip number 3, not following the hype. Another tip under that is don't buy a stock because someone says to buy the stock. What does this mean? It means that you do not take tips blindly. All right. It means that even when I send out tips to my guys in our trade alert group, they know that they have to add a grain of salt to everything that I send out, because I've taught them that you have to think for yourself. You are great. You have everything that you require, or that this thing requires for you to be successful. You just have to apply your own greatness to this endeavor, right? So never buy or sell a stock because someone else says to buy it. You go back to number one, reading the charts, and that will tell you when to buy, when to sell. Another point under that is do not herd trade. And this pretty much is like, don't buy because someone says to buy. It means that because everybody is rushing into a stock, it doesn't mean that that stock is a buy. It doesn't mean that you should put your hard-earned money at risk in that stock because everyone else is buying. Because a lot of the times, a lot of these people that are buying don't even know why they're buying. And if you just run and buy along with them, you may get hurt. That doesn't mean that you're not going to take advantage of momentum. It doesn't mean you're not going to take advantage of, high volume, quick get in, steal the profit and get out. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you're not going to just herd trade blindly. All right, let's move on to tip number 4. Tip number 4, remove the excitement from your trading. What does this mean? Guys, it means that if you wake up and you just feel like you need to buy something, you need to jump in a trade, I guarantee you will lose money. So to improve your profitability, to increase, your consistency, you have to remove the excitement, and now you have to focus more on doing more analysis. Make sure you're going through more charts, do more charting, so that you can actually see what's good and what's not good, versus just jumping into the market. Oh, I need to be in a trade today. Or you take some profit today and you need to be in another trade. Remove the excitement from trading. Come in 100% focus. Know your why as to why you're taking a trade. And believe it or not, this is going to help with your consistency, because it means that you're going to be more focused on making the right decisions. And this is the 4th tip to help increase your profitability and your consistency. All right, let's move on to tip number 5. All right, tip number 5, guys. This is like one of the most important tip you can ever get. All right, build a trade plan. What does that mean? A trade plan is gonna be a plan that is built around each specific trade that you take. All right, what does this mean? It means that when you pull up the chart of the stock that you like, you have read the chart, then you identify the projected move. Okay, so you're saying, if I take this trade, where can it go? So you're going to identify what's the profit zone in that trade. Next, you're going to identify what's the entry in this projected trade. What does this mean? It means, where is the best place? If I'm going to take this trade, where is the best place to take it? Has the bus already gone? Has this trade already moved off and is no longer at a very, very ideal level for me to take this trade? That's a tip under the trade plan. The next thing is identify your exit. Where do you sell this stock if it's not working? Guys, this is how you build the trade plan, and the trade plan has to 100% every single time be in place before you ever put money at risk. All right. So when you build a trade plan, quick review, you're going to read the chart, number one. Number two, you're going to identify what's the projected move, if any, in this stock. Number three, you're going to identify where would I take the best entry? Where is the best entry? Where is the low risk entry for me to enter into this trade? And then number four, under that, identify where are you going to get out if this trade is not working out, because not every trade is going to be a profitable trade. All right, and that is my last tip under my 5 tips for becoming a more consistent trader. All right, so guys, if you like any of the tips that I just gave out in this video, you know, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so that when my next video comes out, you will definitely be the first to get notified. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.